When Adam married Lily, their life together started with nothing but dreams and promises. They lived in a small apartment above a cafe, where the smell of fresh bread filled the air every morning. Adam worked long hours at a construction firm, while Lily taught art classes at a community center. Money was always tight, but love seemed to make up for it. They'd often say to each other, "We might not have much, but we have enough." Everything changed one summer when Lily started feeling dizzy and unusually tired. She assumed it was stress from her long teaching hours, but one morning, she fainted while setting up her easel. Adam rushed her to the hospital, his face pale with worry. After several tests, the doctor smiled and said, "Congratulations, you're going to be parents." Adam's eyes lit up with joy. But when the doctor continued, "Actually, parents of 3, his jaw dropped. Triplets. For a moment, they just stared at each other, laughing and crying at the same time. It was overwhelming, but they promised to face it together. Adam hugged her and whispered, "We'll make it work, like we always do." Lily believed him, with all her heart. But as the months passed, something in Adam began to shift. The pressure of responsibility, the hospital bills, and the thought of raising 3 children at once began to weigh on him. He stopped coming home early, and when he did, his smile seemed forced. Lily tried to reassure him, telling him they'd figure it out together. But one night, he simply said, "Maybe we rushed into this life too fast." Those words haunted her. She wanted to ask what he meant, but before she could, he began spending nights away, saying he had extra shifts. One Friday evening, Adam didn't come home at all. The next day, Lily found a note on the kitchen counter. Short, cold, and final. "I need space. Don't try to find me." She sat there for hours, the world spinning around her. She was 6 months pregnant with triplets and alone. Days turned into weeks and then months. No calls. No messages. Nothing. Lily had to face every ultrasound, every fear, and every sleepless night by herself. Then, just a month before her due date, an envelope arrived in the mail. It was from her late uncle's attorney. Her uncle, a quiet man who had always admired Lily's kindness, had left her his entire estate, a massive inheritance worth over $100 million. Lily couldn't believe it. Her hands shook as she read the letter again and again. It felt unreal. But with that money, she finally saw hope, not just for herself, but for the 3 little lives she was about to bring into the world. When the triplets were born, 2 girls and a boy, she named them Hope, Grace, and Oliver. Holding them in her arms, she whispered, "We're going to be okay. I promise." With her inheritance, she bought a beautiful home near the ocean and hired help so she could focus on being a mother. Meanwhile, Adam's life was very different. He had left the city, chasing what he thought was freedom. A few months after walking away, he met someone new, a woman named Carla, who came from a wealthy family. Their relationship moved quickly, and within a year, they were planning to marry. Adam never told her about Lily or the babies. In his mind, that chapter was too painful to revisit. One evening, as Adam and Carla sat at dinner with her parents, a news report played softly on the restaurant's TV. The headline caught his attention. "Local woman raises triplets after inheriting $100 million. Her strength inspires thousands." He froze. The photo on screen showed Lily, smiling as she held 3 beautiful toddlers. The fork slipped from his hand. The world went quiet. Carla noticed his expression and asked if he was okay, but he couldn't answer. His heart raced as he realized what he had done, what he had abandoned. He excused himself and stepped outside, the night air heavy against his chest. For the first time, Adam felt the full weight of his choices. He had left not just a wife, but a family, a future, a life that could have been filled with laughter and love. He tried to reach out to Lily, sending messages she never answered. When he finally gathered the courage to visit her home months later, a kind woman at the gate told him, "She doesn't wish to see visitors. Please respect that." Lily stood at the window as his car disappeared down the road. Her heart didn't ache anymore, it had healed. She had built a life not out of revenge, but out of resilience. She had learned that strength doesn't always come from who stays, sometimes it comes from surviving who leaves. Years later, when her children asked about their father, she smiled softly and said, "He helped me realize how strong I could be." And that was the truth.